Across country to Oviedo, and here in the Carlos Tartiere Stadium, it's Oviedo against Barcelona. Another challenge for Johan Cruyff's team as they chase Real Madrid. Barcelona 2 points behind their great rivals, with both clubs having played 10 matches so far. Oviedo down in 16th place, only 2 wins so far. Barcelona make one change from the team which drew 0-0 at Valladolid in their last league match 2 weeks ago. Luis Milla returns to midfield in place of Carrasco. Well, here come Oviedo. They include 2 players released to them by Barcelona, Cristobal at number 2 and the number 11, Lopez Lopez. 2 overseas signings as well, Hicks, who was in Paraguay's World Cup squad in 1986, and the Mexican De La Torre. Referee Andújar Oliver. An excellent crowd attracted here to the Carlos Tartiere Stadium by the presence of Barcelona as the visitors. Spectacular scenery around the stadium as well. Well, the preliminaries just about completed. Aloisio, the central defender from Brazil, waiting to see his Barcelona side kick off, attacking the goal to the right in the first half. This side who have to keep on winning because Real Madrid setting a hot pace. Barcelona, of course, have only lost once to Real Madrid in that 3-2 extravaganza. Anthony Zubizarreta. Oviedo have had particular problems settling down this season. Newly promoted, of course, they finished 3rd in the 2nd division last season, got the last promotion place, and they found it difficult to perform well at home. Only one home victory. But they're trying to put some pressure on Barcelona from the start. It would make a great deal of difference, I think, if they could get the first goal. Their goalkeeper, Zubeldia, 33-year-old. De La Torre wearing 10. Picked off by Lopez Ricarte, wearing number 5 and playing at right back. Lineker operating through the middle, which is not where he's been playing recently for Barcelona. And there is continuing speculation about how long Gary Lineker will remain with Barcelona. He doesn't seem to be quite Johan Cruyff's type. Salinas, who's not had a great start in terms of his all-round play, but has chipped in with some goals. He's more to Cruyff's liking. To the Barcelona coach's liking there would have been the raising of the offside flag to trap Lopez Lopez. Lopez Lopez, the fair-haired number 11, the long dark hair of Ramon Hicks, the Paraguayan. He's wearing number 9 for Oviedo. Milla. Solid tackle by De La Torre. Cacho wasn't able to keep it in, but the reason the crowd were reacting was because another offside decision had been given, even had the pass been better tailored for El Cacho to collect. Two is Serna. Oviedo really hoping for a sharp start to this game against their illustrious opponents. The Oviedo coach is Vicente Miera, who was an assistant to Miguel Munoz with the Spanish national team for some 4 years. So he's got a good pedigree. Zubizarreta throwing it out to the left. Here's Aloisio, who really enjoys coming forward to join in midfield. Lineker. Ball overhit from the back by Barcelona. Oviedo, who've been beaten here by Betis and by Real Madrid and by Valladolid. So they won their last league game away from home. They beat Espanyol, the other Barcelona club, 2-1 in Barcelona. And that certainly was a boost to their confidence. An untidy challenge by X. Eusebio took it nicely on the turn, looking for Baquero's run. And it's Roberto's shot is disappointing in the end. Zubeldia, the goalkeeper, who played with Zaragoza and Mallorca before coming to Oviedo in 1985. Aloisio wanting some movement around him. It's come from Serna, who's moved across to the right side of the defence now with Lopez Recate on the left. Mia. Roberto. Good pressing there by Beto, the Oviedo captain. Neat work on the ball by Tomas in midfield for Oviedo. And a good interception by Berto. Otherwise, Begiristain might have been away down the Barcelona left, but it's the Oviedo left that's looking threatening at the moment. Although it has gone out, and Jose de la Torre a little disappointed by that. Surely a throw rather than a free kick. Ricardo Serna. Well, it's interesting to see Salinas playing on the right side here, with Lineker looking to feed on chances through the centre. It's much more his natural game. We'll have to wait and see whether it suits Salinas. Sanudo. It's a Barcelona throw. Slightly shapeless start to the game. Barcelona clearly just prepared to play their way into it and hope that nothing untoward happens in the early flurries that are bound to come from Oviedo trying to please their home support. It's in the goal-scoring department, though, that Oviedo have been very weak. Just averaged one a game. Although one thing that they can point to is that the few goals they've got have been shared around the team. They're not dependent on one out-and-out goal scorer. Lopez Recate. Staying close to Lopez. Well, it has gone out. There is the feeling around the Oviedo club that they've not had the best of good fortune with refereeing decisions this season. One or two crucial times things have gone against them. And you might detect that in the reaction of their supporters when Juan Andújar Oliver already has ruled against Oviedo a couple of times in this game. Vaquero challenging back, forcing the mistake by Bango. Barcelona, who've won 6, drawn 3 and lost 1 of their 10 games, scoring 18 goals and conceding only 5, the most successful defence in the Spanish First Division so far. Eusebio. Mia. That's not well played at all. It fell between two stools, really, between Roberto and Lopez Recate. That wasn't too costly to Barcelona, looking to settle to their task. And the succession of free kicks here not helping the rhythm of the match develop. Berto has given the ball away to Roberto, who returns the favour. Cristobal to Berto. Here's Thomas. On by X. Very nearly a pass to open up Barcelona, aimed towards El Cacho. But now there might be some room in which Barcelona can play. But Vaquero makes an uncharacteristic error. Thomas. It's an interesting pass. Played into the space behind Lopez Recate. And Oviedo have a corner. Sanudo right in there, trying to reach the ball around the near post area. Comes out to Cristobal. Maybe a shot on here. Well, it was a shot come cross, and it's produced another corner as Oviedo begin to increase their work rate and their application. Zubizarreta makes a sound catch, uses the ball quickly, but not successfully. It was a ploy designed to try and get Lineker away, but instead here come Oviedo with a chance for Bango! 1-0! An unusual goal, but One that Oviedo are very grateful for. Scored by their 20-year-old midfield player, Bango, after Zubizarreta had thrown the ball away, really, and then found Oviedo bearing down on him as his teammates were pushing out. It was the throw designed to get Gary Lineker going up by the halfway line and beyond, and Zubizarreta will debit that really to himself. One quick pass, found Bangu in great space to score, and he tucked it away off the post. And Barcelona, with the best defensive record in the Spanish First Division, have been punctured here with only 13 minutes gone. And Oviedo, the team that struggles to win at home, have made a very promising start. Tremendous atmosphere in the stadium. Serna. And really the best thing for the game, because Barcelona have now got to come out when the signs were they were happy to look for sporadic counter-attacks and not really force the pace. Correaran with the clearance. Serna straining unsuccessfully. Well, it is a measure of a team which has championship ambitions, how they can cope when they go down away from home to an early goal. Maybe we'll learn something about Barcelona over the rest of this match. But will it be positive or negative? Lopez Recate. Certainly something to reward Oviedo, who are just beginning to mount some sustained pressure, and I suppose it was climaxed by the goal. Baquero. Serna on quickly by Eusebio. Salinas still lurking and loitering on the right. For me, he will always be happier in a central role, but the same can be said for Lineker, and there isn't room for both of them in the middle, the way Johan Cruyff, the Barcelona coach, sees things. But he's also got Baquero, who operates a little deeper, but he's also a player who enjoys performing centrally rather than laterally. El Cacho with the throw. And the cross. Tempting Zubizarreta, he had to come for it. Some rather optimistic appeals that the player arriving in the middle, who was the goal scorer, Bango, that he'd been fouled. You'd have to be watching through Oviedo blue tinted spectacles, I think, to expect too much there. Roberto, but the whistle's gone, a foul on Begiristain. Space for Roberto. Baquero. Wasn't the best pass into him in truth. One back by Milla. Kept in by Begiristain. Lopez Recarte. Roberto, Oviedo getting their tackles in quickly. And again through El Cacho. And again he's first to the loose ball. Now Eusebio, not given time to breathe. Good work by Lopez against his old club. Higgs, a chance for number 2, a chance that's not taken. The Paraguayan could have done better then. Looking for something, it seemed to be swerved with the inside of the right foot. And it went high and away, and the chance was lost. And again, well, it wasn't Salinas' fault, but the balance doesn't look right for Barcelona at the moment. And that'll be as disappointing for Lineker as it is for Salinas. Clearly an experiment this by Johan Cruyff. Roberto and Lopez, and it dropped Barcelona's way. Vaquero, Mia. The foul on Luis Mia. Free kick quickly taken. Salinas, easily read by El Cacho. Berto's pass executed a little too quickly, hoping to find the run of Cristobal. Mia. Back from Salinas. Lopez Recarte has come across. Really because he's following Lopez. El Cacho intercepts, though. Lineker takes the ball back for Barcelona. Vaquero, Oviedo pushing out. And there was nowhere for Barcelona to go. Mia's mistake. And Hicks hasn't quite got the pace. The Paraguayan who came to Spain after the World Cup in '86 and played initially for another of the Barcelona clubs, Sabadell. Oviedo having a good spell here. In from Berto, up goes Tomas. Hicks looking for some support, or is it? He wants to turn and shoot, and that wasn't a bad idea. The turn was delightful, not quite matched by the shot. It's kept in by Lopez. Oh, and De La Torre, and Barcelona rocking at the moment. The way they're playing at the back is giving Oviedo every chance, but those opportunities aren't being taken. Although they've got one goal in the bag, it could easily have been 3. Eusebio, Begiristain, Cristobal sticking to him. Begiristain trying to reach it. Aloisio should win this race with Lopez. Eusebio. That was a foul by El Cacho on Salinas, the first moral success that Salinas has had really down the right-hand side. Eusebio getting the run of the ball against De La Torre. Here's Salinas in a more promising position now. What you can say about Barcelona is really throughout their side, man for man against Oviedo, they do have that much more quality. At the moment they haven't been able to impose those extra skills. You have to match the opposition for work rate to do that, and they haven't been doing that, although Eusebio is looking very busy and he's forced a free kick. Foul by Sanudo. And it needs extra industry from Barcelona. And Eusebio setting a good example. Well, what can Barcelona come up with from this free kick? Roberto is there. He's the number 10. Begiristain, number 11. Will it be a left-footed effort from him, or maybe a blast with the right foot from Roberto? Five in the wall for Oviedo. Begiristain hits the 5. It's off the bar, it's Begiristain, and now Lineker, handball on the line, but the ball has crossed the line and the goal stands. A scrambled effort, but Barcelona grateful for any contributions. So too Lineker, and Oviedo froze initially before the ball reached Begiristain, expecting the flag from the linesman. It was handled on the line, but it was actually handled over the line, and it's Lineker's goal to my mind. And when that's confirmed, as I'm sure it will be, that's his first in the league this season. Not one I think you'll remember, say, amongst his top 10. But they all count for one, whether you blast them in from 30 yards or just get them over the line from a metre or so. And it's hard on Oviedo, but it shows really when you're up against the best, you do have to take your opportunities, and Oviedo could really have stretched Barcelona before the 24th minute equaliser. Now they've got to start all over again, the home side. And still a murmur of conversation around the ground about that Barcelona equaliser. And there could be more problems for Oviedo here. Salinas right in there. Lineker hands on hips. Vaquero, the little man with his spring in his heels, coming in. He'll fight for anything. Good jump to win the ball initially by Lopez. And then the player fouled was the Oviedo goal scorer, Bango. It's Alcacho, it's opened up for him and just run away towards Zubizarreta. Vaquero's had a wrong-footed Lineker. Where I think Barcelona has some concern about Gary Lineker is how fully he's recovered from his attack of hepatitis in the summer. Lineker claims he's 100% fit. There are those around the Barcelona club who believe that it takes as much as a year to really get full sharpness back. That goal will have helped the recovery, certainly mentally, but physically it's just got to take its own time if the medical advisors to Johan Cruyff are right, and Lineker is misleading himself. Oh, and a bad mistake by Lopez Ricarte, and Lopez unlucky. Just lost his balance. Lopez Ricarte mightily relieved. But there's every hope for Oviedo. Barcelona not looking at all disciplined at the back. Trying to operate really with two markers and a free player. The crowd a little disconcerted that that sort of clearance didn't come first time. Foul on Bango. Berto. Bango. Three forwards for Oviedo, and an overzealous linesman again is what the home crowd are reacting to, or what they believe. The referee, Andújar Oliver, blew quickly and stopped another promising Oviedo moment before it really got underway. Berto, tigerish in the tackle, and then fouled after he'd won the ball. Ix has done well, extremely well, with the run and the pass. He's getting into the centre now. Aloisio stuck out a long leg and made an important interception. Vaquero on first time to Eusebio. Lineker, that's the sort of pass that he wants. Not always easy to achieve against Spanish defences, where there's more depth to their defending. He made his name in England, Gary Lineker, with the ball played over the top of a square, zonally marking backline of four. Roberto shooting wide. Oviedo pushing up again, so maybe they will be vulnerable to the right release for Lineker from Barcelona's midfield. Vaquero. Begiristain was offside. Don't think there was too much doubt about that. Well won by Goriaran. And again, but he's prodding at the ball, he's given it away. Lineker, Salinas! Well, that's where Julio Salinas may find it more enjoyable in this role on the right-hand side. Normally tightly marked on crosses as a central striker, but if you come in later on parade, opportunities like that will present themselves. Facing the goal too, and it was a rather sloppy effort from Begiristain's cross. And the stoppage for the injury to the Oviedo player, giving Barcelona just a chance. You saw some verbal exchanges. Johan Cruyff, meanwhile, in the centre of the picture, and the expensive-looking coat has little to say from the touchline. Goriaran okay, and on with the job. Back from Sanudo. Determined work again by Eusebio. He really has sparked things off for Barcelona in their time of need. And they could be in difficulties. No, well, they are. They shouldn't have been, because Lopez Recarte didn't get a call from Zubizarreta. The ball played too long by De La Torre for a teammate to collect, but the two Barcelona men went through an embarrassing moment then. And Oviedo had the corner, which Zubizarreta redeems himself with another safe piece of handling. Zubaldia there first, before Lineker. 1-1, with Bango giving Oviedo the lead. A lead they held for 11 minutes before Gary Lineker equalised, and Ix trying to restore an Oviedo lead. Well, it would have looked very spectacular indeed if he caught it absolutely right. Ix, part of a Paraguayan team that did reach the last 8 in the World Cup of '86, lost there to England when Gary Lineker had another good day. So Ix renewing old rivalries. Aloisio having to come across, not wanting to give away the throw, but he might have given away the ball. He has. De La Torre. Ix, great pass. Oh dear, oh dear. This time Thomas, the culprit. But you can say, with all justification, that Oviedo have had 3 very good chances, apart from the 1 goal that they've scored. But that was all down to Aloisio losing possession on this near touchline. There's too much football in him at times. He could have knocked the ball out for the throw, that would have been safe enough. He lost possession, and then from De La Torre's cross, Ix played a great pass inside, but Thomas didn't accept the gift that Ix had sent his way. Vaquero. Lopez Recarte. when you play a back pass from inside the opponent's half, it is an indication that the team you play for is having a difficult time. And Barcelona not looking like championship challengers in truth in this first half. And that's all credit to Oviedo. Roberto, Barcelona playing on the retreat again. Is it going to go back? It is. And not very well either. Barcelona going through an unconvincing spell. Lucky to be at 1-1 in this match. Salinas. The back heel was aimed for Eusebio. Serna. Oh, mistake by El Cacho. Vaquero, the shot's on here. The match has had a nice open feel to it. Plenty of strikes at goal. Most of them at the other end, in truth. On from Lopez. A ball forward from Beto. And Eusebio again, serving his side's cause. Salinas having his ankles tapped by El Cacho. He is the Barcelona top league scorer with 5 goals so far. Roberto has 4 from midfield. Sanudo clears. Back from Eusebio. Aloisio. And not where Salinas wanted it. Breaking down again on the right-hand side for Barcelona. Foot raised by Serna. The judge's dangerous play. Vaquero. Salinas. Lineker. Offside. Gary Lineker is 27 now. Julio Salinas a year younger. Lineker and Zubizarreta, both at 27, the 2 oldest men in Johan Cruyff's lineup today. Some of the senior citizens, Alessandro Carrasco, they're missing, Julio Alberto. Well, we're drawing towards half-time. 1-1. Hard on Oviedo, although it's their shortcomings really in front of goal that have let them down. But belying the statistics of their season so far, there have problems playing at home, but you wouldn't have believed that reputation just watching this game. Salinas doing very well indeed. Well, he pulled up lame when it looked as though he was going to sprint away and maybe contribute something really spectacular. The referee saw nothing wrong with it. Eusebio, and it breaks down there largely because Julio Salinas is still down. And a sporting touch from El Cacho. Was it a muscle that popped down the back of the calf? You can see there that he wears not only shin pads down the front, but those lightweight protectors for the tackles from behind as well. But obviously, if it was a foul, the armour didn't offer the right sort of protection. Amongst the choice of substitutes for Barcelona, Valverde, the signing from Espanyol in the close season. His opportunities have been limited through injury. Will he have a chance possibly because of damage to a colleague? With half-time close, the inspection may take place at greater length during the break, but there was a good touch too by Barcelona, very gentlemanly, after El Cacho had allowed treatment for Julio Salinas by playing the ball over the touchline. Barcelona returned the compliment, but suddenly Salinas in full cry, in full stride, and Barcelona lead 2-1, and that in several ways is astonishing. Astonishing because they've been on the receiving end for much of the first half, but also because the scorer seemed to be on his last legs a minute or so earlier. But when Vaquero rolled it through, the offside trap failed Oviedo this time, and Salinas, no sign of a limp, drove it low past Zubeldia. And right on half-time, Barcelona have really done a smash and grab job here. And is there more to come before the whistle goes for the interval? No time for the corner to be taken. Goals from Lineker and Salinas on the counter-attack for Barcelona after Oviedo had dominated the half, scored with Bango's 13th minute goal and missed several other good chances. Barcelona lead at half-time. Join us after the break. Welcome back to Oviedo. The home side trailing, but hardly able to believe it, one would think. Having made the running, played much the better football for much of the first half, missed 3 good chances, taken 1 to lead, and then finding themselves caught out, and nearly caught out right in the opening moments of the second half, needing Zubeldia to come outside his area to clear. And Barcelona have, to their credit, started to make things happen, even though they haven't recaptured any of their best rhythm, really. But that's always a measure of a youthful side, if they can play well. Now the yellow card shown there. Whether it was towards the benches, it seemed as though it was. Johan Cruyff, nearest to the referee of the two coaches, or nearer, should I say. Anyway, the game restarts with an Oviedo free kick. Ix, who's been very lively. Stopped that time by Mia. Touch off by Baquero. Roberto. Well, all Oviedo can do is maintain what they've done so far in this game in every respect except the improvement that they need in front of the Barcelona goal. They've channeled their aggression purposefully. They've hustled, they've chased. The superstars of Barcelona have found it a very difficult match, even though they lead. So now just checking that he's going to throw it in from the right spot, checking with the referee. Begiristain, Roberto. Eusebio, my Barcelona man of the first half. Well, Johan Cruyff at least can be pleased that his policy of playing Lineker in the middle and Salinas on the right has produced a goal for both players involved in that switch from the way they've been used in earlier games. Baquero climbing well in characteristic style. Begiristain settling for the throw. One of three of this Barcelona team who were in the Spanish squad in midweek. Beat the Republic of Ireland 2-0 in the World Cup qualifier in Seville. Baquero! An imaginative shot. Didn't quite curve enough for him. And Luis Manuel, the number 14, has come on as a substitute for Oviedo to play in the middle at the back. It's having a conversation with referee and linesman Ramon Hicks, who's a very amiable character off the field. I had the opportunity in the World Cup of talking to him about his English name. There might have been a story in that for British television, but he said, yes, I do have an English background, but no family there now. And he was able to say that in English, so obviously there's something there that stuck. Cristobal. The poor control that time by the Paraguayan. And this big crowd in the Carlos Tartiere Stadium. Concerned now as to whether the referee keeps a tight watch on any time wasting by Barcelona. Particularly galling for the support here now. He's gone too far down the touchline, has Serna, and therefore he forfeits possession. That's more possession wasting than time wasting. Cristobal held off Lopez Recarte, and a hand was used. And Oviedo trying to come strong again in the early minutes of the second half. Thomas to take the free kick. Zubizarreta just repositioning the two-man wall. Can Thomas serve it up for a teammate? Well, the whistle's gone and the referee indicated that hand was used. Whether it was contact with the ball diving in, possibly, as bodies launched themselves, friend and foe, at the free kick. Deflected off Bango. The player who's been replaced by Luis Manuel is El Cacho. Well, certainly that goal by Julio Salinas right on half-time could hardly have been better timed for Barcelona. It meant a complete change, really, for Oviedo at the start of the second half. Mentally vulnerable after this difficult time at home, and they haven't really played with such passion and such pride as yet in the second period as they showed for much of the first. Lineker limping away from the foul and trying to get in here. Well, lightning nearly striking twice around the Oviedo goal, because Salinas was hurt and then got up to score, and Lineker almost did the same, although he looks in some problem, Gary Lineker. Johan Cruyff hasn't needed much reason to call him off when he's been used from the start this season. Limited use. Barcelona have their substitutes warming up. Oviedo feel that should have been a corner. Not a feeling shared by the referee Andújar Oliveira. That didn't go outside the area, which always seems one of the laws of the game that isn't quite just. Doing that deliberately, all you are punished by, you're not punished at all, you just take the goal kick again, as Zubizarreta did. Lineker got another tackle from behind, and Lineker is struggling. Cristobal with a throw. Headed away by Lopez Recarte. And then the most obvious handball of the game so far by Mia. Berto cleverly clipped on. And another obvious infringement. Shoved by Aloisio right into the back of De La Torre, the player from Guadalajara in Mexico. Well, Barcelona on the wrong end of this free kick. The referee insistent that the wall gets back. De La Torre looking for speciality free kick here. Oh, and it very nearly was. Executed with great skill to keep the ball flat past the defensive line. But it wouldn't have counted in any case. An infringement by Oviedo in the Barcelona area, possibly someone tangling with the end of the wall. But play restarted by that free kick, and had De La Torre scored, well, there would have been uproar. Lineker is offside. Again, the ball that he wants over the top. He went too soon. Barcelona are going to make a substitution, and it's Lineker whose reaction wasn't one of, well, I've had a couple of bangs around the foot and ankle that maybe I should go off. He looked away, raised his eyes heavenwards, accepted then his fate. He's a pretty easygoing guy, Gary Lineker, but deep down he was not pleased, and he allowed some of that just to show through for a fraction of a second. The substitute is the 21-year-old Sergi, who came on in the last league game that Barcelona played at Valladolid, and he had 45 minutes there as Lineker's replacement. He's got slightly less this time. Well, we must see just how that affects the shape of the Barcelona team. Salinas so far staying wide on the right. Vaquero has gone further forward. Here he is. The whistle had gone. I think he can't be allowed to take the free kick from there. Serna. Barcelona using up time again, to the displeasure of the Oviedo support. The problem is for any team, even the really good ones, to sustain 90 minutes of endeavour. It's virtually impossible, and Oviedo, having worked so hard through the first half and come off bitterly disappointed with so little to show for it, they're going through a spell where Barcelona are able to play the ball around at the back reasonably unchallenged, and that in turn is adding to Oviedo's frustrations. Here's Inks running out of room. And Oviedo not too far adrift, just one goal behind, but seeking to get some inspiration now. Will they have some help from the referee? No. Lopez was the player chasing in. Everyone looks towards Andujar Oliver, the man in black, and he was running away up to the halfway line. A penalty appeal answered in the negative, and that was much more of a dive, and then a foul. Dive by X, foul by Lopez, following through on the goalkeeper, but those handkerchiefs being waved, the gesture of disapproval. certainly Barcelona were sloppy, and Lopez might well have got to the ball. My first instinct was that it was a foul. It's an instinct that's shared by a lot of people around the commentary position. But in fact, the good thing from the Oviedo viewpoint, if the cloud does have a silver lining, is that it's got the crowd buzzing again. It might well get the players buzzing again at a time when it was all going rather flat. Barcelona under some pressure at the moment. Roberto heads out. Oh, and Roberto. And still deafening the noise in protest to the penalty not being given. Oviedo needing some good luck, and as I said in the first half, it's a run of decisions that have gone against them, and another one does. Lopez, a yellow card for dissent. I think he finally got round to asking the referee why the penalty wasn't given. Player who's just celebrated his 23rd birthday, Francisco Lopez, and desperate to do well against the club that brought him up, Barcelona, and he has done well, but his team are losing. Back from Begiristain. Roberto Mia, he doesn't get forward too often, certainly hasn't in this game, but the ball didn't run on for him. And here come Oviedo on the break until poor crossfield pass by De La Torre. He tries again, looking for X. Still Lopez Recate taking X, and Serna following Lopez with Aloisio free at the back. Salinas, Vaquero, Begiristain being shown the infield route. Good stop by Cristobal in terms of the tackle. The advantage played by the referee to suit Oviedo. Here's Lopez. And Zubizarreta able to come off his line safely enough. The game hotting up again though. Oviedo's best spell of the second half. Lopez trying to prod it on for X. Berto very nearly won it back. The home side with a poor home record. Here's X. He's given the penalty this time, and I find that very hard to believe. I'm sure that was a dive. I was much more convinced about the first incident when Oviedo looked hard done by. A dive by X, but a penalty for Oviedo. It's often the way with the referees. There is more pressure on them when they've turned one down. But I don't think referee Andujar Oliver would like to see the slow motion replay of that. He didn't have that advantage, of course. So the penalty expert is Beto, the captain. And a great chance for Oviedo to make it 2-2. Would be no more than they deserve. Oh, he's missed it! Well, in that particular incident, justice done, but there's no justice still about the scoreline. In fact, Berto, to my mind, got the referee off the hook by missing a penalty that shouldn't have been awarded. Well, plenty of talking points on this week's featured match in top team Spanish soccer. And one perhaps that will continue for weeks to come, just how good are Barcelona? They haven't been at their best here, they're still leading. They have Salinas offside. Well, the linesman flagged and the referee's overruled him. You don't see that very often, and the players actually stopped, which of course they shouldn't do if they haven't heard the whistle. Well, the referee is not the most popular man in Oviedo. The flag went up, the two officials just exchanged a word there on the far side. And play on was the message, and now he's happy to win a few Oviedo friends. It's all been done with good humour by the referee. It's a desperately difficult job, as we all know, particularly under the scrutiny of television cameras and television replays. X. Ramon Hicks hoping not to complete a double. He was with Sabadell as they were relegated. He'll be labelled something of a jinx if Oviedo can't pull themselves away from the bottom of the table. A long, long way to go, of course, this season. Hicks can do something about that himself, trying to play Oviedo through the middle. In fact, he was a bit angry with his teammates' lack of response then. That type of bickering isn't going to help Oviedo, who might need some help here. Salinas, Luis Milla. Away by Cristobal. Another late decision. Offside given, and Andujar Oliver betraying really his emotions, or showing his emotions, shall we say, realising that it's been a difficult few minutes in terms of instant reaction. Cristobal for Oviedo. Trying to take on Begiristain. He's done that, and the cross was too close to Zubizarreta from the Oviedo viewpoint. But Begiristain given a taste of his own medicine then by a quick change of direction. Goriaran. Headed on well by Berto, but offside is Lopez. So Oviedo, the team who felt unhappy the way the refereeing has gone in their games since they've got back in the First Division. Did have an opportunity, I think from a refereeing mistake, to level things up from the penalty, and they didn't accept that chance, and they still trail 2-1. The goal between the two sides scored by Julio Salinas right on half-time. His header doesn't fall to a teammate. The latest round of fixtures after a fortnight's absence because of the preparation for Spain's World Cup qualifier against the Republic of Ireland. And that break really came at the wrong time for Oviedo. That was a dive, ruled the referee. Having won in Barcelona against Espanyol 2 weeks ago, 2-1. Would have been nice to have played another league game quickly a week later. Some of the bubble had burst over 2 weeks, although they've given a good account of themselves in this match, but they are still trailing. There's the scorer of the second Barcelona goal, Julio Salinas, his 6th in the league this season. Tomas looking for De La Torre. Mia. Back from Begiristain. And further back by Senna. And another back pass by Aloisio. Well, it's up to Higgs and Lopez to try and stop that happening. De La Torre deliberate with the header, but not accurate. It's good work by Roberto. Begiristain and Mia getting beyond the ball into an advanced position. Now he's got to turn and chase back as Oviedo look for the equaliser again. They've had much less penetration in the second half. Cristobal. Lopez. Lopez to where Barcelona were defending in numbers, as they've been happy to do for all the second half, really. Try and deny Oviedo any openings. Just the real chance from the penalty spot. Late tackle by Roberto on Bango, whose goal is now fading into the past, really. It's, at the moment, an irrelevant statistic if the scoreline stays this way. Begiristain. Well, they wanted offside then, and the flag stayed down that time. Mia. Chance for Vaquero to wrap it all up. Well, with Barcelona having just made their second substitution, bringing on Valverde, and I think Oviedo's concentration a little distracted. Vaquero did everything right except put it past the goalkeeper. Good header out by Sergi. I say a good header because he was under pressure to make some distance. But it dropped for Thomas, who volleyed pretty close, too close for Barcelona's comfort. Not raised by Aloisio. Oviedo want to take the free kick quickly. Higgs making a run forward, diving down again. Surely not a second time. Well, being Paraguayan, his first language is Spanish, so no difficulties arguing the toss there with the Barcelona defenders. Sergi on to Roberto. Barcelona not yet able to bring Valverde into the game on that far touchline. Berto, good chasing back by Begiristain. Berto was persistent too. Higgs. He does have a great elasticity in his ability to turn. Got another free kick for it. Will be taken by Thomas. Not to any great purpose. Thomas again. Cristobal, a lot of blue shirts forward for Oviedo, including De La Torre. It's another corner. Well, Oviedo started the match very well, trying to regain that rhythm to finish it and save themselves from another home defeat. Flicked on by Higgs, who drives it back in again. It's Aloisio who's stretched to clear. Higgs offside and having to control his innermost feelings. In fact, in rolling the ball away, he's only used up time that's in short supply for his own team. Well, if Barcelona do win here and do go on to win the championship, this is the sort of game that they'll look back on at the end of the season, where the luck was with them, and where they were resilient enough too, but they haven't won it yet. Cristobal, who's looked very tidy at right back for Oviedo. Berto, that penalty miss coming in to sharper and sharper relief as the scoreline remains unaltered. Oviedo mounting pressure but not really penetrating. But this night ground would erupt. They can scramble one in anyway now. Cristobal. Oh dear. Memories of his Barcelona days, played it straight to an opponent. In from De La Torre's head. Aloisio always looks very calm. And maybe a break on for Barcelona now. Langer stayed down. But Valverde couldn't get there. Aloisio, good header. Well won. Got the ball and flattened his opponent as well, which isn't intentional, but it's never a sight that a defender will be too disappointed with, unless of course it's a serious injury. The referee doesn't seem to think so. And face down, I think it's Ramon X being told by the referee to get up. Well, Zubizarreta taking no chances, even with an opponent's help.